Happy Wednesday, everybody. Well, it's about 12:45 p.m., June 18th, 2025. And I hope all of you guys are having a great midweek in sales. For me, I'm here working with some new recruits, some that are, telephone veterans that are just joining our team, and I'm really excited about, especially a lot of you guys from Assurance IQ. You're more than welcome to join us here on our platform. We have leads waiting for you. But also we got, a new gentleman here, Anthony Perales from Southern California. Welcome. And again, everybody that listens, my goal here is to showcase exactly what it is that we do. For over 10 years, I've been, talking about telephone sales and the many benefits that it can offer you. When I started, I was a door-to-door salesperson. So the idea of the phone was just another way for me to be more successful, make an extra sales call, or for me, having a lead source that will never die out because I was not, constrained to a certain area code or state. But anyways, I wanted to get on here today because I know a lot of you guys that have been watching my content for any given time, you guys know of Jimmy Chan. And believe it or not, Jimmy has a following here on our channel of many people that, have been following Jimmy's story. And for all of you guys that are new, and, this is the first time you hear about Jimmy, Jimmy reached out to me in October of 2022. And he reached out to me, told me he found me on YouTube, said he wanted to, learn the telephone business. And at first, I told Jimmy that, I felt he was going to have a hard time because of his accent. And I personally felt that people would be, a little bit apprehensive in doing business with Jimmy. And I told that to Jimmy. But I went ahead and gave Jimmy my training. I told him to go through it, review it, listen to the training. And I told him if after he went through it, if he wanted to move forward, I'd be, willing to help him out. But secretly, I was hoping that, by Jimmy going and seeing the system, that he would get turned off by it and maybe, listen to what I told him about him having a heavy accent and how that could hinder him over the telephone. Well, I'm happy that Jimmy was persistent because he came back and he said, I listened, I watched the program. I definitely feel like I can do this, but I need the training. And right then and there, we made a commitment. Jimmy paid for his leads back there, his first round of leads. And it took me 2 months to help Jimmy in terms of learning our process, from learning the script, from reading it over and over and over. And here we are today. And again, for all of you guys that have been following Jimmy, Jimmy, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
Great. Now, Jimmy, again, like I shared with everybody, you've been with us for several years. And recently you jumped back on the training, right? Because you were looking to get some fine tuning. But can you share with everybody that is listening right now, how many leads you've taken this week? Even though you've been in training with me, how many leads have you taken?
This week I have 6 total,
And
and I have closed 2 sales.
2
And
sales.
yes,
And how
and
much an annualized premium, Jimmy?
oh,
The one you sold today was for $73 and change. And I believe the other one was like 60 something. So
yeah,
ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen, think
something
of
close to
this.
that.
So think of this. He has closed at a 33% closing ratio the first time he picks up the phone and says hello. These are the facts. And today I have Mr. Anthony on the phone, and we got Brandon on the phone that have been able to hear Mr. Jimmy's presentation in real time. 33%. Again, proving the point that if you really want something, even when you have challenges, like in Jimmy's case, that his accent was a challenge, but is it stopping him? No. And Jimmy, what is the one thing that you've picked up, when you come and join me in my trainings? What is it, the one thing that you pick up? Because over the years, you come in different times of the year, right? And always retrain with me or pick up things. What has that done for you in terms of that training that I provide the agents?
Well, it's not, it's the process is simple, but it's not easy. That's a difference. Simple but not easy, that's a difference. So so keep working at it, fine tuning it, and don't give up, keep moving, keep working, you know,
That's right.
and
I'm happy
yeah.
you're acknowledging it's not easy, because it's not. Sales is difficult. You're dealing with people. And over the telephone, people tend to be a little bit more rough around the edges. They're a little short, snippy with you. They hang up the phone on you. That happens. But again, it's doable. And Jimmy embodies that. He follows the script, he puts in the work. And if you guys were to listen in to his calls from today, I mean, he worked the lead. I mean, every bit of it. And that's the name of the game. If you're working leads and you're getting a bunch of, no sales or a lot of follow up, again, it's because maybe you're not following a program that works, a process that works. So if you're listening into this, you're on the fence, you're wondering that if you can do it or not. Let me tell you what, you can if you put your mind to it. Look at my friend Jimmy. He's closing at a 33%. So every time he picks up the phone this week and says, hello, thank you for calling Senior Life Insurance Company, Mr. Jimmy's closing an application. If you're out there driving in the city, San Francisco, Los Angeles, how many people are you actually talking to a day? Think about that. And if you're not talking to a whole lot of people, then the sales are not going to be there at the end of the week. So again, guys, regardless the challenges, whether you have a learning disability, maybe you have a language barrier, but regardless of what they are, if you buckle down and put in the energy, you can learn how to sell over the telephone, like what we're doing every single day. Our sales process is already figured out. Our scripting system is already figured out. Our closing strategy has already been figured out. All you got to do is just show up, put in the work, and follow the training that we provide. And Jimmy, is there anything else that you would like to share with anybody that's listening in? Jimmy, any
Well,
advice that you can give them?
be persistent, that's all I can say. Be persistent.
That's right. Think of the businesses that are out there. Why you're here selling insurance. You're here because the industry of insurance sales is lucrative. But again, some people make no money and others kill it. So if you're on the fence, give us an opportunity. We'd be more than happy to help you out. Peace.